Yes! I'm so excited for this video. This is a video that has been, oh my goodness, 4 weeks in the making now. At least, okay, maybe not that much, but at least 2 weeks in the making. I have been testing out a number of mascaras from the drugstore over the past 2, 3, however many weeks it's been, to see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. So I'm going to be showing you today each of these, how they apply, how they wear, whether or not they last, and there are a number of factors that I used when I did test these mascaras out. I live in Florida, as many of you know, so it's very humid here, and even though it's kind of winter right now, it's really not. It's still very humid, which makes testing mascaras even more easy to share with you. Now you may be wondering how I chose the mascaras that I did for this video. What I did was, if you follow me on the Facebook page, I ran a survey very recently. I asked many of you what your most favorite drugstore mascara is. I got a huge number of responses. Thank you so much to everybody who did give a response, because it was extremely helpful in creating this video for you. And from that survey, I took all of the most popular mascaras, went out and bought them. The guy at the counter thought I was crazy. And then I came back and I have been testing the bejesus out of them. Needless to say, I put these mascaras through a rigorous testing. Not only did I wear a lot of these all day throughout the day, and then checked in with you throughout the video to show you what they look like throughout the day, I look for smudging, flaking, how well they hold a curl, formula application, the wand, and I also tested these mascaras when I went to the gym to see which ones can really handle heavy exercise type environments where you definitely are going to be sweating off your makeup. So I will let you know the answers to all of those questions with each of these today. First up is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Waterproof Mascara. Comes in an orange tube. This is what the wand looks like up close. I can just tell you my first impressions of this product before I even used it. Just looking at the wand alone, I was not too positive that it was going to be a good mascara, and I had a lot of skepticism when I did use it. However, I was pleasantly surprised by this mascara. While it doesn't give you any real volume, I feel like it does give you a little bit more length, but it does hold a curl very nicely. And I wrote my notes down here, so I'm referring to those. It does last all day long, and I'll show you a close-up here of what it looks like after you have worn it throughout the day. And you can see the curl is still intact. There is no smudging, there is no flaking whatsoever. I feel like the formula of this mascara is a little bit thin. Too thin for my liking personally. I like something that has more of a medium formula. But again, I did like the fact that it wore very well throughout the day, didn't give me any issues whatsoever, and pretty good mascara. Next up is the L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black. I had really high expectations for this mascara based on how many of you told me on the Facebook page how wonderful it is. And just looking at the wand up close, you can already tell it's going to be a really easy one to apply. The formula is not too thick, not too thin, it's just right. When you do wear this mascara throughout the day, it holds a curl beautifully, and it does make your lashes look like you just applied mascara. There is no clumpiness. On a normal everyday basis for me, I didn't experience any smudging or flaking with this mascara. However, when I wore it to the gym, I did have tremendous smudging under my eyes. So if you are particularly oily on your face, you may experience some smudging with this one. It may not be one that'll work too well for you. And just based on how it looked after I went to the gym, it's probably not one that I will use again, simply because now I have a fear that that's going to happen to me when it gets to be really hot and humid here in Florida. Next up is the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express, and this is in a waterproof formula. First glance at the wand with this one, it's very promising looking, just like the L'Oreal Voluminous one that I just showed you. The formula is pretty decent. I did like how it applied onto the lashes. It didn't require a lot of work in terms of separating the lashes. It was very smooth, fluid, nice formula overall. It does hold a curl rather nicely throughout the day. I did like that about this mascara. However, it does not wear as well as I would have liked, and I was very disappointed. I actually applied this the first day that I wore it, and I went to Target, and I wasn't even out for an hour and a half yet. And I happened to look in one of the mirrors in the beauty department at Target, and I had black marks all underneath my eyes from this mascara. So I was very disappointed to see that. And that wasn't even 2 hours, not even. So incredibly disappointed with this mascara. While I love the formula of it and the application, it doesn't last worth a flip. Then we have L'Oreal's Voluminous Butterfly in the waterproof formula. And you can see the wand up close here. Very strange looking wand, very similar to some of the CoverGirl mascaras. And wands like this just turn me off. I feel like the formula of this mascara is extremely thin. It doesn't give you any volume. It may give you a little bit of length, but that's about it. On the plus side with this mascara, there was no smudging or flaking whatsoever when I wore this one throughout the day, and everything did stay in place. It held the curl beautifully throughout the day as well. So I feel like if you are looking for a mascara that does all of those things, you don't really care that the formula is too thin, this would be a really great one to layer with a more voluminous mascara, like the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. So I would apply this one first, and then apply the Jordana Best Lash Extreme over this to get a little bit more volume and thickness in the lashes. And that would be how I would use it. CoverGirl's Clump Crusher in the green tube. Many of you had raves about this product, and I have to tell you, I am extremely disappointed by it. First thing, of course, I'm disappointed by is the way that the wand looks. I'm very picky about my wands. I just didn't like this one. It reminded me again of the L'Oreal Butterfly and the CoverGirl LashBlast. Very similar design. It makes getting the formula onto your lashes extremely difficult. I didn't like the formula at all either. The formula was extremely thin. I don't feel like it did anything for the lashes whatsoever. And even though this formula did hold a curl throughout the day, I feel like you would have been better off not wearing mascara at all. That's just my impression of it. And it does smudge, and it does get underneath the eyes before the day is done. So definitely not a good one in my opinion. L'Oreal's Voluminous in Miss Manga. Once again, another relatively new mascara on the market. And first glance at the wand for this one leaves you all giddy and excited because you think it's going to be a really great mascara, right? Not. This was the worst one in the entire bunch that I tried, and I was so incredibly disappointed with it. When you go to apply this mascara, it turns into a big clumpy mess. It is so hard to manage to get it onto your lashes. You can end up with spider lashes instantaneously. It is not hard to do with this mascara at all. Very uneven application. The lashes do not hold the curl, obviously, throughout the day because this is a non-waterproof formula. So by the end of the day, you look like you have no lashes at all. And the worst part about this formula is that it flakes like crazy. I will show you an up close here of what it looks like after I have worn it. And this is after only wearing it for 3 hours. 3 hours, and I have Flake City going on underneath my eyes. That is insane for this kind of a mascara. So extremely disappointed with this one. I do not recommend that you try it at all. You will hate it. And the final mascara that I have to share with you in today's battle of the drugstore mascaras is the Rimmel ScandalEyes RetroGlam. Again, another waterproof formula. Love the brush applicator on this one. Not the brush, the wand. The wand applicator on this one. Very similar actually to the Too Faced Better Than Sex wand. And I'll show you a side-by-side comparison here so you can see what I'm talking about. Someone had mentioned on the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara review that I did that the wand of this one was very similar to that one, and the application was very similar as well. And I have to say, I completely agree with you. Very impressed with this mascara. Very easy to apply onto the lashes. It's not as thick as the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and it doesn't give you as much length as that mascara, but for a drugstore one, very impressed with the application and the wand. Separates the lashes very easily, and it does hold the curl throughout the day. This one does not smudge, it does not flake. It is the perfect all-around mascara.
So, which mascaras ultimately came out on top? I highly recommend that you try any one of these three: CoverGirl's LashBlast Volume, Rimmel's ScandalEyes RetroGlam, and L'Oreal's Voluminous Butterfly.
Hope you found this helpful today. Let me know what your favorite mascara from the drugstore is and why. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have a request for a future Frugal Friday video that you would like to see done, you are always welcome to request it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you again next time.